back.
Jungle's back.
Welcome back to What the Podcast. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
And together we are
Ryan and John.
on the couch, as always, producer Cara Tafolla and the lovely Annie the Skovmand.
Scovy.
It's corn.
It's going.
Corn.
A big lump with knobs. It has the juice. It has the juice.
So who made that?
Beautiful thing.
You know who made
It's
that?
corn.
It's the same guy that did the Double Rainbow song. Double Rainbow.
And
oh
Back
my
It
God.
Up, right?
And he did. He's climbing in your window. He's snatching your
up.
people up.
All the funny like
really?
jazz
That guy
remixes.
from like 2010.
Yeah,
He's still
I bet.
grinding.
He's still grinding.
He's still
And he
making
made
that happen,
Another
huh?
hit. Another hit.
Well,
And
and
he
the
wins
best part
again.
is the original interview.
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah.
so
Yes,
cute.
just
little
this
kid. What do
cute
you like,
little
what do you like
kid.
about corn?
It's
It's
like
corn with his little
Got
Yeah.
Cone.
I saw
grandma
Chipotle
in it
did a
too.
collab with that kid.
Yes.
It was pretty funny.
He's on Cameo.
What does that mean? Wait,
Like,
No,
what?
he's
Like
not.
He's
Chipotle
on
was
Cameo.
like,
you can
was
buy
like,
a
oh, do
video
you
from
want? They were
him.
making like a burrito bowl. I was like, chicken, and he goes, no, no. And he goes in the line, and then it's like, you want corn? And he's like, corn. And the camera goes up, and it's like, it's corn.
That's like some old school like internet fame
Oh, yeah,
crap,
that's some
right? Like
Vine
that's so
stuff.
good.
How long do you think his fame will last? His whole life?
Like
He-
hours more,
it's gonna
probably.
be,
Hours more.
it's
At
gonna be
least
a
hours.
fact. It's
He's
gonna be a
burning
f-
bright, right?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a fact on his Bumble account in like 30 years.
So
Was
good.
Because
the
all
Corn
those
song
kids in
kid.
the memes, I always see those articles are like, where are they now? Like, you know, like the little kids in those memes with the girl.
Yes.
The girl who has that face, she's like,
Yes, I've
She's
seen.
like
She's, like,
16,
old now.
and you're
Yes.
like,
you're like, that didn't last long.
but look at Brittany Broski.
Who's
she
that?
Was, she
True.
was a meme, the kombucha girl.
the kombucha girl when she takes a sip and she's like,
goes,
Brittany Broski.
Oh
huh?
yes.
Yes.
She's on like podcasts and stuff now.
Oh,
yeah,
she's
now-
funny.
She was on like the
now
H3
she is, like-
podcast.
she was on
Yeah,
Megan
she's
Trainor's
funny.
podcast.
Yes.
Have you seen? She has one video, and it just came. It like resurfaced the other day on my For You page, and it's her, and it's a filter with Shrek where it looks like you're in bed with Shrek.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she's like,
God.
she's like, what did Mama say about coming in when her and Daddy are having playtime?
She's so
God.
funny.
And she is.
She's so funny.
Okay, I hate it again.
No.
I hate it again.
No, she's great.
So
Oh.
good.
But yeah,
So good.
corn is gonna be.
It's gonna be
Literally,
a
I had
thing.
one of my coworkers come in today, and he had a bag,
Of
and
corn?
A bag.
he just
Bag
said I was
of
getting
corn?
like a brown bag, and I was like, oh.
Okay.
Then I knew it was food. I was like, oh, what'd you get to eat? And he went, corn.
It's gone.
I went, really? And he went, yeah, I saw the video for the first time today, and I wanted corn.
I just wanted.
That's
It's
weird.
just actual corn.
That's not happening around
was
the
like a
world.
Latte in a
That's
bowl.
not-
Listen, I
Elote.
showed
Corn.
that video when it first happened because it was stuck in my head forever. I showed it to my roommate. She didn't get it.
She didn't get it. Yeah, it's classic.
She
That is
literally
so
was like,
Ouch.
and so
Um,
now I'll show her other videos trying to get her on board.
She's
and
like,
she
is
goes,
that like that corn thing?
She's like, I still just don't get it.
Some
Outfit-
people don't
outfit
get
my
the
dinner.
internet, you know?
Kennedy was like, I was like, did you guys see the corn kid? And she was like, yeah. And then I was like, oh, the song is so funny. And she was like, what song?
Like,
Yeah,
she
She
just
had
saw
only
the
seen the
interview.
interview. And I was like, I played the song, and they were like, what?
Some people don't really understand the internet in that way, like where something comes out and people are, it's always one person's like, I don't really get it.
But,
and I'm
like, what is
you don't
there to
have
get?
it.
Yeah, it's
you
just
don't
like-
have to get it.
It's corn.
But that's the thing. I feel like that's, it's this
corn.
whole new generation, right?
Uh-huh.
And we're just ahead of the times, guys.
Yeah, we're just cool.
You know, okay.
Wait, you're saying corn is the new generation?
No, like understanding the internet
Because it's
and
definitely
like the trends.
It's
and stuff like
definitely
that.
not right.
No,
That's
no,
like
no.
that's what I'm saying. It's like kind of giving old internet, like early YouTube vibes.
I really like cold. What do you like about corn? It's cold. A big lump of knobs. It has the juice.
It's so like,
A more beautiful thing.
I love the memes that are like the TikTok that's like, this is the last song when the girl realizes like the best friend was her love all along. It's like
That
at
has
the
that
end of an
vibe for
indie
sure.
movie. Like
Yeah.
it's
What's
like
so
big
funny
season finale
is
vibes.
that I feel like the guy who did the remix didn't have to do that much.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That
because
kid.
everything he says is like so musical. Like a big lump with knobs. It
Yeah.
has the juice. Like it's all like so.
He's like,
that's
When I
like
tried it
so
with butter,
cute.
everything changed.
that's
Butter,
literally like that
butter.
interview with the guy. He's like he's climbing in your window. He's snatching your
Yeah.
people up. Like that's obviously
Isn't that
how
hide
he.
your wives, hide
yeah,
your kids.
hide your kids, hide your
wives,
wife, hide your
I
kids,
said-
hide your wife,
Because I want to see
and
if,
hide
it's
your
the,
husband.
if that same guy did write the Kimmy Schmidt intro.
I think he did.
Because it's the same thing.
Or
it's
they were
like
trying
the
to rip that
newscast
off.
about the mole woman
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
Kimmy
Oh,
Schmidt.
Unbreakable. Yep.
Yeah.
No,
They're
It's a
alive. Damn it.
miracle.
It's a miracle.
Show was funny for like 5 episodes, and it was like,
Oh, I finished
Yeah.
it.
Oh.
I
Kinda
finished
dragged
that
out.
Show.
I kind of love the.
it didn't have a good preface,
like-
but.
I loved it.
I loved the
I
premise
loved it
of it.
so much.
Well, I'm saying it had like a good. It was funny for like a season, but you
But
can't like
that's the
drag
whole
that
joke.
off.
Yeah,
you
like,
can't
how
like
much
drag
more
that
can you
out.
do
Oh, they had
before
some
it's
good
just like a
guest stars.
situation comedy, you know?
I know you can have guest stars, but I'm just saying like
Guest
Hey,
star.
the story
speaking
only
of
lends itself.
good for one season,
Go ahead. Oh,
Cheers.
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 you know, I'm usually against this.
PSL.
I'm going to be honest, you guys.
All right, I'm
Today,
gonna go there. That's good
as
enough
of
for
today's
me.
recording, August 31st, it's a little early for this.
It's a little early. I was going to ask you guys how you felt about. I went to the store and there were pumpkins for sale, like actual pumpkins.
Oh, it's too early for that.
Oh, this is foul.
I know your guys is full sweetness
Just
too.
enjoy it, okay? Just freaking
Full
enjoy
sweet.
it, man.
It's just bad.
Okay, so you guys
Alright,
all got
well.
regular iced pumpkin spice lattes. I got an iced chai, half sweet, and then I got salted pumpkin foam with only one pump of pumpkin in the foam.
Okay, so you got like a better
I got the
drink,
better
and
drink.
we all got milkshakes.
Yeah. Everyone on
Cool.
TikTok who's
Right on.
on like
That's funny.
pumpkin TikTok.
Uh-huh.
Pumpkin
They're all
TikTok.
saying that the recipe is like fully different this year.
Yeah, it does taste
doesn't-
different.
It doesn't taste.
It like and everyone's like, it's not good.
It tastes like what's the creamer you
a
get
little
like
crumbly, like
in the office or
let me-
like
let
at
me
your
try it.
house?
Swiss Miss
It's
kind
like
of thing.
yeah, like the big
Swiss
bottle
Miss.
of
Did you say Swiss
Is
Miss?
it
Yeah,
Office
it's
Mate?
no,
Oh.
Office Mate.
right? You know what I'm talking about?
no.
What's that
It's
called?
called
Coffee
Coffee
Mate?
Mate?
Why did I call
Coffee
it?
Mate.
I'm,
yeah.
I'm
Oh my
word
God,
connecting there.
yeah.
It tastes like
Word
chemicals,
association.
right?
That's
That's
bad.
bad. Mine
Bro,
is
that is-
freaking bomb.
I'm gonna be
everybody.
honest. That is pure
Freaking try
gasoline right there.
mine. This is crack. Salted
Use-
pumpkin
I'm gonna
foam
use
is
your
something
straw.
different,
Get
by
over
the
it.
way. Oh, I don't care.
Yum.
Cara's is so good.
I
Try.
like pumpkin stuff.
Try.
I mean, okay.
You're gonna like
Well,
mine.
here we go. Everybody got COVID.
I mean,
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I think they can kind of do whatever they want, right? It just comes
No,
once a
Kara's
year.
is
That's
good.
it.
That's actually more milkshakey to me.
No.
Yeah, it's
But
got
at
all the
least it
foam.
tastes
Why?
like
It's got the foam.
something.
Yeah, it's the foam.
Like,
Yeah,
this
but the
is-
foam is actually tastes like pumpkin.
Well, that was disappointing.
To answer your question, I feel fine about it. I'm like, whatever. Like, the summer is coming to a wind down. I feel like, personally, my birthday is like the signifier, September
Is that
16th.
what this is? You
That's
wanna
what this
talk
is.
about your
I want
birthday?
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit
Oh,
of like
freaking
acknowledgement.
Go ahead,
if
it's
I
your
could.
birthday.
Go ahead and bring out the letters. This
Yeah,
is where
thank
the
you.
intervention comes in.
Okay.
Bring them out.
Yeah,
Dang.
funny bit,
Yeah,
Annie.
it's really
Very funny bit.
It's
Wow.
not funny. It's not funny. It's kind of funny.
It's a little bit funny.
It's
It's
kind of funny.
funny.
But
thought
whatever.
about-
We're in the fall now, I guess. Bring it on.
No.
Yeah, I don't really know. Like,
101 degrees outside.
And it's supposed to be
okay,
89
come on,
at the
guys.
beach.
Supposed
It's
to be the
never
hottest-
fall in San Diego.
Hottest weekend of the year, this Labor Day
It's
weekend.
never winter in
You know
San
what?
Diego
It is-
either.
It is officially fall in San Diego. There's a fire, which
True.
is the fall
Where's,
season.
Oh my
where's their
God.
fire?
We saw
Where's
it
their
on the
fire?
freeway.
A fire.
Oh, yeah. And your Alpine neighborhood?
Near
out there?
Alpine, my neighbor who is a firefighter posted a picture of all the smoke and said, "'Tis the season."
Oh,
Oh,
God.
jeez.
Which is,
wow, that's
if
aggressive.
you don't live in San Diego, fire season is the end of August through October.
Only Californians will get it.
California Live.
California
Live.
podcast hashtag.
Hashtag, yeah. Hit him with it.
All right, well,
Hashtag wow.
But as far as this drink goes,
Yeah, that's pretty trash.
bad. I'll keep drinking it.
Should
though.
I get our money back like I did last time?
Yeah, you know
Did you
how
get
we were
your
saying
money
the,
back?
the drinks
Yeah.
were bad last week?
Yeah.
Are you guys a part of that
I
situation?
emailed corporate and they gave me my money back.
You can
Yeah.
just do that, you know?
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure
It
you
was such a
can.
big
Just ask for-
corporation. Like,
They're
why?
probably,
Starbucks is
they're
like,
probably
whatever.
gonna see that they already refunded.
Starbucks is like, oh,
it
10
cost
bucks?
us like, yeah,
Okay.
$10.
$10. Try
Probably
30
cost them like,
cents.
yeah, 25 cents a pop.
Do you think they'd let me do it again though?
No.
Yeah, sure.
You're gonna
If
get
you
on a
email
watch
I mean,
list.
Ryan's-
they're going to go stop going to that store. Like, we'll
This
figure
was
it
a
out.
different store.
Oh, true. Yeah, take
Sure.
them out. Take
Yeah,
out big
go
coffee.
Ahead. Get them.
No, because
Go
I know they
get
made
'em.
this right.
No,
It just
take out
tastes
big
poo-poo.
coffee.
Go get them.
Yeah.
You're the one who decides to get everyone grandes.
I see a lot of TikToks about Starbucks in the negative way, about union busting
Oh,
and,
I've seen
and all
so
this
many
crazy people being
walkouts.
fired for being a union leader.
I
It's
Yeah.
like
did
Starbucks
see
is
walkouts.
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of walkouts. I'm saying.
Yep.
Good riddance, I say.
Oh, really?
Good riddance to the mermaid. No, to the
Oh,
mermaid.
okay. I was like,
Starbucks.
you're on Starbucks' side.
Did
That's
you guys
bold.
see that?
Good
the-
riddance, you
The
unionizers.
Starbucks that closed in Russia because of the war.
Oh yes.
It reopened, but it's not Starbucks. It's something else.
Buck
but it's
Star?
like the same.
Buckstar.
Star is in it, and it's like
Duck
the same
bars,
logo,
Sea
but
Star,
instead of just like
coffee.
Star coffee.
regular mermaid, it's her
Uh-huh.
face and like her hands crossed, or like her hands like.
And Starbucks
Whoa.
is like, we'll see you
They're-
in
yeah.
court.
Well,
They go all the way to Russia
they
to
go back to Russia.
to sue them.
You know Starbucks lawyers are heading that way.
Totally.
Like, all right, this is the job. Got to go out there, shut it down. I don't know. I mean,
What do you think about all that controversy?
I think unions are kind of a tough thing. I think they're important, like, for...
I know little to nothing about like. So if I was a Starbucks employee, I would want to join a union.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, yeah. That's the whole controversy right now is that not too long ago, Starbucks workers started to unionize because they started to realize, like,
They're getting paid
you know, whatever, you know. But I think Starbucks, I thought for a long
It's
time that
more-
Starbucks was treating their employees decently well. Like, they pay for your college
It's more
if
of
you
how,
work there. You know what I'm saying?
It's more
Like,
of how the public is treating the employees.
sure.
Like
yeah.
they need to be protected from customers.
Oh,
'Cause Starbucks
and
won't back
Starbucks isn't
'em.
doing
Well, because
anything.
of all those videos of like literally employees
getting
getting yelled
coffee
at,
thrown at their
coffee
face.
thrown at them.
Karens,
People throwing
yeah.
coffee at you.
So I
Yeah.
think, like,
Only once. That happened once.
I also feel like Starbucks is just is doing what any major corporation would do, which is union busting. Like they're targeting people who are union leaders, and they're
Busting
trying to
them.
find any reason to fire them. And then when they do that, they fire them. Now the reality is that nobody wants to talk about is like there's no wrongful termination suits that are happening either. You know, so it's like these people are being fired for clearly something that they've done, whether
Sure.
warranted or unwarranted. They are all also a union leader. And
So you think Starbucks just had dirt on all these people and they were
I
just
think
waiting to use it?
I do
Like,
think
what do you
Starbucks is like they are clear. They might. It seems like they are targeting union related people, which is not cool. But I also feel like it's not. It clearly isn't hard to like find reasons to fire these people. You know what I'm saying?
There's not.
I
It could
suppose.
literally
I mean,
be you're
but
not doing
they
your
make the
job.
rules though, so who cares, right?
True. That's the
they
other
can
thing.
just
True.
say anything, be like, "Hey, you wore green today," so
And what I love about these
And you're not
union-
allowed to wear green because they
That's
put
right.
green.
Straight up
if
fired.
a union's organizing a strike and they're like trying to convince other workers, you could you could throw insubordinates on that
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
during work hours, trying to convince other people not to stop going to work.
okay. So I'm getting a pulse of the room. Anti-union, clearly. Anti-union, pro-union.
Actually, kill him.
Okay.
Well,
cool.
here's
Aren't you in a union over there?
no, I'm
Sure?
not.
You're not?
I'm very much not.
Whoa.
And
The
there's
nurses are.
there
and
was
the
a-
doctors are.
Yeah, the doctors and yeah, it was a whole thing when.
Well,
when
what are the
doc-
doctors going to strike?
No, the doctors
They're
aren't in
gonna
a
stop
union.
saving
Doctors-
lives?
The nurses.
Nurses are in a
some
union.
nurses
Doctors
do.
are not in a union. Doctors
Okay.
are
Private practice.
Honestly, mostly independent. Like
Yes,
they
right.
barely. We can't even call them employees.
We wish
literally.
they would unionize. Yeah.
The nurses were striking about.
The nurses were
Masks?
unionizing because of doctors.
What's their problem? Like,
What's their problem? They
Yeah.
have to deal with everyone's shit.
oh,
Literally.
yeah.
True.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Literally.
And honestly, when like nursing is the profession kind of where when you get hired, it's just like teaching in a lot of ways where you kind of have to join a union. Like part
Right.
of
That's
getting
a-
hired is I'm also joining this union as I'm being hired.
Or working at a grocery store.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. I didn't know
They're in a
that,
u-
but that's
yes,
interesting.
you have to join a union if you work at a grocery
I don't know.
store.
I think unions are good. Like clearly, they're good for representation in professions that like nursing and teaching, where you could potentially get taken advantage of. And now I'm seeing that from you, that working at Starbucks is a profession where you take a lot of abuse, especially from the public.
Sure.
Yeah.
So sure, I didn't before, but now I do understand where you could have a union. Like that would make sense
For anything, right?
right?
I mean, yeah.
I just think that like sometimes unions can be a little rough, and especially because I know people who are in
dues.
unions that pay dues, and then the union gets into a beef with work, and the union's telling them to strike, and they're like, "But I don't get paid if I strike, and I don't have money to put." to support my family, because the union is like,
Yep.
we're not getting enough money, so we're going to battle with the organization, and then that person either has to defect from the union or has to
Gabbers.
yeah, or has to not work and not get paid. And I just see like there's also a healthy amount of dark side, because I think the wrong people in power of a union can cause a lot of bad issues for the members. You know what I'm saying? So I think it depends.
I hadn't considered that, I guess.
Yeah, because when that was the one thing when we had a big nurses strike at the unnamed organization that I work at.
You've already said it in a podcast.
I won't say it again.
Pretty sure it's all
And
Blue pop
when they
song.
had a strike, I can't tell you the amount of nurses that would call and say like, I am back from a leave, which was mean they were on a strike, and I'd be like, oh yeah, there's a lot going on. And they're like, yeah, they're like, I had to leave my union because like I wasn't getting paid.
I gotta work.
It went on for weeks. We were like, we were. I remember it was a crazy time for us because we were creating thousands of temporary accounts for a service that we were going to fly in all these temporary nurses to meet the need of the hospitals.
Of course.
Because the nurses were not settling.
People don't stop getting sick.
And it was sucks because the nurse like I had to leave my union because I wasn't getting paid and like I have 3 kids and I can't not work. Like I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Like I'm a single mom or I'm a single dad and I like there really wasn't a choice and they finally are able to agree. But like that's the downside is like if you have a greedy union representation, it can get a little messy. And it's like war when you're going to battle with unions.
Yeah.
You get when you're talking about strike, it's like it's hard.
We should start a podcasters union.
Yeah. My mom was the head of the teachers union in Alpine.
Wow.
Yeah, she led the first strike in San Diego for like it had been like 50 years or something like that. An Alpine strike.
I love that.
And I remember it so vividly. I must have been in school. I remember like after school, whatever, I'd go to the picket line with them. It was so
Krusty Krab
it
is
was
unfair.
so horrible to watch.
Mr. Krabs is in there.
Like just the whole process of her being in the union the whole time she was.
Yeah.
Like it was just so. I have this vivid memory of her coming back from negotiations at one point, and she goes and she's like talking to my dad, and she's like, "Well, they agreed to give us half of our 2006 salary."
Whoa.
Which it was like at this point, I think it was in like 2012, 2011.
Okay.
Jeez.
Half of their 2006 salaries, and I was like, what the hell? And I remember the superintendent was this like awful guy that I think ended up kind of like low-key fleeing. I can't remember his name, but he took a picture with my mom and they had it in the newspaper.
Whoa.
And he like poses for this picture with her, and afterwards he kind of squeezes her and he goes, good luck getting anyone to talk to you now that you just took a picture with the enemy. And walks away. And she was like, she came home livid.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, I'm
telling you,
kill him.
it's rough.
I hate him. Like, it was so bad to the point where, like, honestly, I thought about that when I was thinking about becoming a teacher. And I was like,
You're like,
I
maybe
want
I'll have to strike.
nothing to do with that.
Yeah, it's not a fun
Not
thing
a
for
pretty
anybody.
sight. Not
but
a pretty sight.
Dang.
that's
But
why I'm saying
important.
like unions. They're definitely important for representation purposes, but at the same time, like it's just like anything we talk like any organization. If you get the wrong people in power, they just become kind of a monster.
Well, especially with like nursing and
sucks.
stuff like that, like nursing and teaching. Like, if you get accused of anything, like a union, you have union lawyers.
Oh yeah, they show up.
But if you're not part of that union, you're shelling out however many tens of thousands of dollars to defend yourself. In
It's
court.
kind of like insurance, right? Like
Sure.
you pay for it just in case in the event that something happens.
It's literally insurance.
But like some people go their whole careers, 40 years of being in a union while
never even
working
touch
and
anything.
never use any of the resources. I mean, and that's
But isn't the union also like every year going, okay, like we need to get paid more? Like
Like
There's
so
a
you don't have to
contract,
have that
right?
They
conversation of
negotiate your salaries for everyone
Yes.
on behalf of the union. So
Right.
like, if you're not a part of the union, you're negotiating your own salary. Where like
right.
the union is kind of like, hey, we're all gonna take like
I would
this
almost
percent.
I would almost pay to not have that conversation every year.
right. You're like,
hey,
someone
so
else have
I
it
need
for me.
more
Yeah.
money because it's the
Until-
most demeaning conversation. You're like, can I please have more money
Can
for
I
the same job?
please?
Please.
I think so
I
too,
need
but
more
I think
monies.
the downside, and that's why you see it in these professions like nursing, is like everybody has the same licensing. You become a nurse, and it's like everybody. But like when you talk about teachers, you know, there's different levels of education. Some teachers come in with masters, not, just a credential.
Yeah.
And then if you think about you're all getting paid the same amount, it's like, well, I'd like to negotiate something different. Like
Crazy.
I've gone to school for 3 masters and 2 credentials, and I'm not getting the same pay as,
boss,
as Jennifer, who
you're
just
in
has
the union now.
Yeah, you're part of it. You're part of the militia now.
Join the line.
Here's your
grab a
firearm.
sign.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I remember.
You're in the army now.
When one of our PE teachers crossed the picket line when they were striking, and it was like the beloved PE teacher, right? And he crossed the picket line, and the PE teacher that everyone hated was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you really?" And he's like walking to the office, and he's like yelling at him. He's like, "Are you kidding me right now?
This is drama. This is a TV show."
Okay.
It was.
I kind of love it.
Crazy, and I never looked at him the same way. No,
Wow.
not even a little bit.
So he wasn't the good teacher anymore.
Oh
he was,
yeah, it was
he was
like
the lame
it
teacher.
was like, oh, all the kids love you, but you don't give a crap about defending everyone else.
Bro, that's a screenplay waiting to happen right there.
Yeah.
That's so good.
The teacher
Dude,
strike
I
of
love.
Alpine.
You guys ever seen Newsies? God, I love Newsies.
I was literally gonna say, just thinking about like unions, just thinking of the
Yeah.
Newsboy union.
Oh,
You're such a
man.
theater kids. I didn't think about
Hey,
that.
Theater Kids. It was a movie.
They took their salaries down. Yeah.
right.
Really? Christian Bale?
Christian Bale.
Come on.
Christian
Come
Bale.
on.
Come on,
They took
Christian
their
Bale.
salaries down to
Batman.
half a penny.
Yeah.
10th of a penny. Something like that.
I don't know.
Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Annie.
They selling nothing over there. The newsboys, they get nothing nowadays.
All right, go ahead.
Yes. Go ahead. No,
I think
continue.
we're good. On that,
Continue.
thank you.
That bastard hurts.
Thank you, old man. And
That
Newsies.
bastard hurts.
Pulitzer's really gonna pull the wool over our eyes, isn't he?
Jeez. All right. Well,
Go ahead, John.
Bit
You,
of
got,
an
you,
alien.
you look like a guy with a story to tell over there.
I got a story for you. I was
Do
selling.
you need? Wait, sorry. Do you need any like?
No, I'm good.
Okay,
Actually.
cool.
Thanks. No more safari. Thanks, though. I appreciate it.
Go ahead. Tell your story.
We've talked about selling on
monkeys.
OfferUp and Facebook Market on the show before. It's been a while, actually, since we talked something like that. But I was selling something recently, and I was almost part of a scam.
Oof.
And again, I'll tell you later, I really wouldn't have actually fallen for this scam because I'm the way that I am. I would not have actually done
through
what
it.
they were trying to get me to do.
ending. Spoilers.
Anyways,
for real.
Jeez.
I'm going to sell this flash,
But
right?
you definitely almost got scammed.
Almost, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was definitely talking to them, and it wasn't until like I said, I think this is a scam, and they fully blocked me, and I was like, okay,
That's how they do
Whoa.
So I was trying to sell this flash, and ironically, I'd been going back and forth with this guy for like 3 weeks.
Okay.
This is the scammer, but this is a random guy, and he was trying to get me to lower my price, and I was like, no, I'm standing firm at this price, whatever. I'm selling the flash for $450, knowing that I'm definitely not going to get $450, but that's where I like this conversation to start.
What's your target price?
$400, $350,
Sure.
anywhere between $350 and $400.
Let's be real. You'll take 300.
Sure, yeah,
Sure.
yeah,
But
definitely.
that's not. I mean,
But I'm not going to start at
hey,
300
people. Hey, people. Go ahead and hit up John for that flash. It's a good flash.
Because-
$300.
And
That is
anybody
a
that
film
sells
flash.
anything on these sites knows that people love to come in like $100 lower, or like at least 50%.
Yep.
With offers being like, I'm selling this for $450. They'll come in and be like, "Would you take $250?" I'm like, "Are you out
I
of your
got
mind?"
$50 for you.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
literally. And so I had a couple of those. This guy was giving me a hard time, and then I found out that I kind of like I had it listed in the wrong area, so I changed it back to San Diego, and immediately like an hour later, I get this person, and they're like, "I want your flash," and I'm like, "Cool, that sounds great." No, not even offering a lesser price, which should have been my suspicion.
Nope. I'll take it.
And so I was like, sure. They're like, okay, I'm gonna sell you the money, and my husband's gonna come pick it up after
Oh,
work.
weird.
So then I
Fantastic.
even think like,
Stoked.
whatever, right? So then she's like, what's your, and Zelle's like a really secure form of payment. It's direct from bank account to bank account, very direct.
Yep.
So that's why I'm thinking, okay, they know what Zelle's about. Like they're like legit.
Yep.
So you give them like your email. So this is how I also should have known. My Zelle is connected to my phone number.
Okay.
And it's not connected to my email because I just did it directly through my bank. And so I give them my phone number. I say, this is how my Zelle is connected. Here's my name, my phone number. And they come back and they're
Fantastic.
like, it's asking for an email. And I'm like, I don't even remember
no.
connecting an email, but okay.
Immediately no.
Sure. So I give them the email that's connected to my bank account because I think like maybe that's the one, right? It's kind of my junk email now anyways. But I sent it to them, and then all of a sudden they're like, cool, I sent you the money. And I'm like, that's weird. I'm not getting anything. And then they go, this is, again, there's a lot of red flags I didn't see because I was just excited to sell this thing and be done. And they're like, oh, check your junk because sometimes it goes to junk. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. So then I check my junk and it's in there. It says, the email says Zell's, has like a full like Zelle money email, whatever. Yep. And it says like, this person's trying to send you this amount of money, $450. And so that's what's so crazy about these scams is like everything's generated so quickly. And I'm like thinking, there's no way they could come up with this, but they're that good. And so then it says like, because you're not a business account, this is where it started to get really
dicey.
weird. It said, because you're not a business account, the user has to send you $300 over the amount of your initial payment. And then, so I screenshot the email and I send it to this person. I'm like, I don't know what this is about. I've never had this before. Because Zelle, I usually get notifications like to my phone, literally. And
like in your bank app.
Because Jordan and I use it to send money back and forth because we're not fully like financially merged yet. And so
that's cute.
I know what it's supposed to look like because I've used Zelle like a little bit. And so I'm like sending this and they're like, oh yeah, this happens sometimes. Like, and they're like, and the person like is like, okay, I'm going to send you $750.
And send me back the difference.
And I'm going to trust that you're going to send me back $300. And I'm like talking to Jordan because at this point I'm like involved Jordan. And I'm like, this doesn't seem weird. So then I finally go back to the email and I taught Jordan this trick and I didn't use it myself where like when you get a suspicious email and you're not sure, like it says it's from iTunes or whatever, you check the email address because the email address, if it's Apple, it'll say @apple.com because Apple pays millions of dollars to have that domain.
That's right.
And all these major companies do. So Zelle has @Zelle.com. Yep. That's how it should be, right? And I open it up and it's a freaking Gmail.
It's like
it's like Zelle sales @gmail.com. And I go, this is a scam, but I'm like, let's see how it goes. Because now I'm kind of interested, right? So then I'm like, I said, sure. I said, send me the $750 because I'm like, I'm definitely not sending money back. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course not.
And I was like, send it to me and I'll send it back. And they're like, okay. They send another fake email that says $750 was sent. Account. And so then I go, I'm like 90% sure it's a scam, but I'm like, I'll check my bank account because Zelle goes direct in your bank account.
Yes.
Yeah.
Check my bank account, nothing.
Not there.
And I'm like, I go back to them. I'm like, I don't have anything in my bank account, so I don't know what to tell you. And they're like, oh, well, sometimes it takes a second. And I was like, well, let me contact Zelle support. Like, I'll contact Zelle myself.
Yep.
And they were so bold. They're like, okay.
Great.
And so then I was like, and that's when I responded. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is a scam. And then they immediately blocked me.
They don't care.
Yep.
And then I Googled it because I thought this has got to be something that's happening, you know? And sure enough, in the San Diego area, this is like a legitimate scam. And what they're banking on, it has nothing like my interaction kept me safe because I didn't send anything, but they're banking on somebody. And again, this is what would have protected me because I would have never sent money to them until I received the $750 in my bank account.
Duh.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Because I just would never have done that. I'm just like not. I guess I'm not to the point where I'm like just sending and receiving money.
Here you go. Here's $300.
I'm like little, and in my brain, I'm like, I can't send $300 out, if, right now. And so I would have never technically fell for it, but they're hoping that you'll see the email that says they sent you this money. You'll just aimlessly go into Zelle and send $300 back to this person. By the way, who you have no previous transaction with technically in Zelle. So you're going to go in and like manually find this user and send $300, which in my opinion is like,
yeah, that's sketchy.
this would never happen to me, But
okay, so I've seen a crazy one, and mind you, I love these things. Like the scammer, like I've told you before on the podcast, I watch these like YouTubers that they'll get scammers. They'll scam the scammers back. And there's one where it's a very similar thing where they say, they even go as far as to like hack your computer screen. You know how they have like access to your computer screen and make it look like you're looking at your bank and look like the money's in there.
They change the coding,
Yes, they're like, oh my gosh. Window, so much so that they'll say, okay, I'm going to pay you $250. Oh my gosh, I accidentally added 2 more zeros. I just paid you $25,000. Oh, there it is in your account. I'm so sorry.
Pay me back.
Will you send it back to me? This is such an accident. And you're like, oh my God, you're right. Like, here it is. Like, I'll send it back to you. And you
By the way, if anyone accidentally sent me $25,000,
same thing.
I'd be
click.
like, bummer.
Like, nope, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. At that point, you call your
willingly
bank.
gave it to me. Ooh.
I'd be on my way to the bank to pull it out cash. Literally, I'd be like, I like it out cash.
Hey,
quick.
you want it back? Come and get it. Come and get it.
Seriously.
You idiot.
No,
But
that's so
crazy
terrible.
what we're capable of
Yeah.
with computers, man. And
Yeah.
they'll just if you were having like a rough day, you really needed the money, you were like, okay, yeah, whatever, I'll just send it to you. Like,
Yeah.
if you were like for a minute caught unawares, you could be out $300 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's
crazy.
That's the difference between like me potentially
You're
getting
always
scammed.
vigilant.
It's like
you are always sharp.
Well, no, I just wouldn't send anybody money unless like if it was truly a mistake, I would be like checking my bank account to make sure okay, this money deposited into my account, and then I'll go ahead and send that money back, and that just would never like it just wouldn't get that far.
You're gonna tell that story?
But
What?
What
story?
The what do
you
you call
gotta tell
it?
it.
The printing story
Now you gotta
for
tell
our
us.
wedding.
Now you gotta tell us. Now
Well,
you
this
gotta
isn't
tell
even
us.
this isn't a scam.
No, not a.
This is
Cara like scammed herself on this one.
I fully did. So there's a printing
Scammed
shop called what's it called? Is it BK?
There's a printing shop in Ocean Beach that we frequent, like for
Yeah.
church and just things we get stuff printed
Sure.
there.
BK
Yeah.
printing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I went online and I was like, okay, I need to order like this poster, and it was the stupid seating chart poster
The
that ended up being wrong.
chart.
I ordered it and
seating chart.
I was like, okay, BK printing, sure, send, and then
No,
literally.
you got to back up because Cara for like a whole day was in discourse with these people on email. It was like
Before or after?
Sales at bk.org or whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a
hey, I want to
legit-
order this sign.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Here's where send us the money here. Cara's like, okay, great. Like I'm gonna pay for it ahead of time and just go. My husband will go pick it up.
It was like
Your fiance, but
I don't think
at
it was
the time.
Zelle. It was
Thank you.
something like Venmo, whatever. And they were like, "Oh, okay. Is it like the next day? Like, oh, by the way, is this going to be for pickup or drop off?" And I was like, "Drop off,
Delivery.
delivery."
Yeah.
Oh no, they said, "Oh, by the way, our stores are closed for
That's what it
remodel, and we
was.
have to deliver it to you." And I was like, "BK Printing isn't under
They're
construction."
not under
So
construction.
then I
What's-
freaking look up the website, and it's BK Printing in New York.
There's another
There's
BK,
another
printing
BK printing.
across the country that Cara
course.
was emailing with that sent, however much money it was, and just like,
I was like, whatever. It was super cheap. It
oh
was like
sure, let me sell it to you.
$30, like whatever. And then I emailed back and I was like, I am so sorry. I am in California. I thought this was a different BK printing. And they were like, totally fine. Send my money back. They were great.
That's
but
nice.
that was
That's
just a mess
nice.
up.
Jeez.
Not that BK printing.
And then the
other
actual BK printing didn't do the poster right. That's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
The poster itself was right. It was just not on poster.
Yes, it was on poster board.
Oh, that's whose
paper.
fault is that?
Theirs. I said
Theirs.
poster board in the email.
Theirs.
I don't know.
There's-
I'll talk to our coordinator about that. I don't know.
But
No,
it,
your
what's so
coordinator, whoever
interesting.
she was great. She made it work.
I'm starting to see
Dang.
like a trend too with because I've been selling some stuff,
Yep.
lately on Facebook Marketplace. But and then I
Selling stuff is
posted
so
something
hard.
else, and it was like a guitar amp, and I was like, no big deal. Like I wanted, and I was selling it for a lot cheaper than it's technically worth. But I was like, I didn't really care. Like I just wanted, I don't use
Just
it.
get
I
it
want
out of
cash,
here.
right?
Yep.
And immediately after I posted, no joke, literally like 10 minutes later, I get 4 to 6 messages being people. It's all the same verbiage.
Are you
It's all
interested?
different. They
Is
all
this
say-
for sale?
They say, is this for sale?
Yes.
Send me your cell phone number. And I'm like, yeah,
Weird.
the new thing is your cell phone number.
It's bots, man.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, I started going. I've never gave it out to these people, but I'm like, I want to keep this contact within this chat. Like, I'll just say that. I'm like, I'm actually like to keep the contact here. And they're like, okay. I was like, do you want to meet up? And they're like, yeah, just send me your phone number, like over and over and over and over. And it's like,
No.
I don't know what the thing is about
Leave
phone
me
numbers. Maybe
alone.
they're trying to like
Connect
get
it
cell
back
phone
to your
numbers and then like
bank or
sell
something.
them
Yeah,
to
that's
like
weird.
But that's like
telemarketers.
I feel like that's how a lot of verifications are now. It's like, oh, we'll send it to your phone. We'll send
Yeah.
it to your phone number. Or like, what's it called? Like PayPal. You can do a one-time code with your phone number.
PayPal's
Yeah.
the worst, man.
Totally.
Yeah,
That's
PayPal
why they
sucks.
want the phone number for the one-time code.
Frickin' Elon.
Hack your Amazon or something.
Yeah.
But then they
I'm
still have to
so-
have access to my phone. That's what I don't get. It's like they have my number, sure.
That's
but
why.
like, how
And
do they
that's
have
why
to have
now
my
these
number?
things will start saying like, never share this number with somebody.
You know what's
Like,
funny? For like 4 years, I had my phone number like connected to my Facebook. Like,
Sure.
if we were friends,
Oh,
you
I
could
think-
literally go
I
to my
think mine
profile,
is-
find my phone number.
I think mine still is.
It probably still is.
Isn't that crazy that like now,
Crazy.
like back in the day, we were just like, yeah, I'm gonna put my phone number on there.
I'll tell you what, I'm so burned by all of these ridiculous like scams and everything. If I'm not getting somebody like on Craigslist going, hey, I live,
Yes.
I'm coming to your house right now to meet up. I'm like,
It's a scam every
anything
time.
that's like, hey, can I send you the money? Hey, I'm like, nope, cash in hand, and then you freaking come and get it, and then you go home. Like,
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
the only way you can possibly
Craigslist
do
is
I'll
so
even bring it to
sucky.
you. I'll go, yeah, I'm coming to your house right now, have cash out the window, and freaking give it to me.
It's definitely it's tough.
I thought I was getting scammed the other day because I've been selling. Hey, it's that time of year, man. You know,
you've been
inflation
selling
and
stuff?
all that. I've been
Nice.
selling stuff recently.
Nice.
I was selling this bookshelf, and I thought I was getting scammed because the guy was like, $40, I'll come and get it. I was like, or he was like, it's like no questions asked. It was so easy.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
great. And sure enough, he showed up
Yep.
and didn't even haggle or anything. Just gave me the money and
No
took it
questions.
away. I was like,
Freaking
awesome.
crappy bookshelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, that's and
sayonara.
that's what kind of got me about this scammer. It's like
Uh huh.
it had all like the legitimacy. There was like, and like I said, they used Zelle, and I was like, oh, like this seems like legit. And I've had people like that before, where they send me the money via Venmo, and then they come by and they pick it up, and that's just it. You
I'm
know?
so like, what do you mean you want to Venmo me?
I don't know.
Venmo. You don't know me.
Be wary of scams. is
I
all.
decided recently because I get a lot of scam calls, probably at least like 10 a day, and it's because I've worked in politics, and then those freaking politicians sell my phone number.
Oh yeah, they love you. They
so
give it
I
out.
get
Like, what's
yeah.
your number, Annie? Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, they're like, cool, thanks.
So
We're
what have
gonna
you
sell it.
decided?
So I decided the other day I did this.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a little messed up.
All right.
But, they call, and all they can see is they can look it up and see that my dad owns the plan that I'm on.
Okay.
So they'll be like, oh, is this Mr. James Skovmand? And I go,
yes.
oh, actually, no, he passed away.
That's pretty smart.
And they
That
just
is
went,
so good.
click. And I'm like, you freaking scammers. Get
I
out of
literally,
here. Get out of here.
I get my dad all the time.
Yeah. It's
I'm looking for a Mr.
See,
Robert.
Yeah, no.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
and I'm
Robert who?
I mean, you
Robert
could
who?
you could also just be like wrong number.
Oh, no, because
Or
they'll
not
keep
answer.
calling back. They'll keep calling
Yeah.
back.
I blocked those numbers.
They gotta know for sure, dude's dead before they.
I said he's sad.
Mine always say like,
How does your-
unknown
how does your
dad
or
feel about
anything.
this?
He doesn't know about that.
Okay.
I
Right.
when I answer them, and I tell you, it's kind of helping.
Okay.
I block the numbers because I think that a lot of these places, my thought process is like, if you're gonna call my number, like I'm not gonna make it easy for you because I
No.
used to get the same number like
Yes.
3 or 4 times a week, and I was like,
Yep.
I'm gonna make it hard for you.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make it like difficult for me,
And
I'm
the
gonna
numbers
block
are
all the numbers
always
you get.
So similar to your own phone number.
I
They
I
always
kind of
are like-
have half a mind to just get rid of my phone.
No, you don't.
Classic.
Okay, now
no, you
hear me
don't.
out. Hear
You're
me out.
saying
Go ahead,
that.
go ahead.
Hear
Let's
me
hear
out.
it,
Not
let's
the
hear it.
phone,
You're
not
just
not
saying
the
that.
iPhone. Let's call it something different because it's a mini computer, right? At some point, so I'm gonna keep my mini computer. But why do I have to get calls to it? I don't want calls anymore.
What
Shut
if
off
I'm
calls.
dying?
Shut 'em
What
off.
if I'm dying?
Text me.
Text.
You won't see
I
the
like
text.
that.
You never
I
see
like
your
that.
text.
Are you
that.
calling if you're dying?
Do you know how many
or-
people were dying like back in the day before phones? Like
And
so many.
nobody ever
and
knew.
They were all fine.
Should we go back to pagers?
No, man. I
No.
don't talk to. You know what? I'm cutting out text too. I don't want anybody to talk to me.
Just
That's
hit
important.
me- find me on
If it's that
Instagram.
important, just go find me. You know where I hang out.
But you
Go
know what,
find me.
honestly,
I'm
I
at
do.
I do know
Moniker.
where you hang out because
I'm
I
at
follow
home.
your
I'm at the
location,
church.
but-
You can keep a tracker on me. That's
I
fine.
call
Oh,
bullshit.
How about? Oh, really? Do you?
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
For who?
I love
For
it.
me or for the phone company?
For you.
I don't care.
Wow.
I don't. Who do I talk to on the phone? Freaking nobody.
You called
You
me.
called me
Everybody at
today.
your work.
Everyone in this room. I want one of those ladybug phones that has like
Hell
10 contacts in it.
yeah.
It's the watch, too.
Yes.
Call
I'm like,
home.
I'm like,
Hey,
Mom,
what's up?"
can you give me a ride? Like, that's it. Yeah.
We should go back to flip phones. We should get burners.
Oh,
Burners.
that's the summer of
Yes.
burners. Oh,
Yes.
I guess the
For
winter
a
of burners
side
now.
deal.
Winter of
Whoa.
burners.
business.
yeah,
We
like
should
Andy
get-
doesn't have a burner already.
Yeah.
A
I should
prepaid.
You're right. You're right.
Well,
I
we
should
should
get
kinda-
another burner.
Yeah,
Do you
thank
guys
you.
still have all of your old phones?
I think I have like
I think
one.
my dad does.
I think I have like one or two.
You're,
maybe.
you're
a
a
lot of
phone
old
hoarder,
phones.
huh?
Oh no,
Yes.
I'm not. My mom
No,
is.
definitely.
Yeah, it's a parent thing.
But it
It's
was
a parent
always
thing.
well. It's always
Yeah.
because if one like literally when my flip phone died, I like my second phone was from Jessie Perry. It was like one of her old ones,
See,
Nice.
and it was like, oh, well, if that one breaks, then
Mine,
you
That
have
was
this
yeah,
other
that
one.
was
for-
mine. Always like I'd upgrade. Like I got an iPhone, and it was like, hey, keep your old phone. Like you might want to go. You might need to go back to your old phone someday. It's like,
yeah.
Well,
Well,
but
that
now
was
I have like
before-
10
that was
phones.
before the trade-in thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Like
trade
now
in.
it's like you have to trade in your phone to upgrade.
Yeah, that's what
and
I
that was
got.
back in the day where they're like, "Yeah, we'll just send you another one in the mail."
Well, you don't have to. You get a little discount if you do.
Well,
No,
God.
I'm part of the Edge program where if I pay off half of my phone, I can turn it in and get the latest phone for the same price.
Oh.
So you always have the latest phone, and your monthly price never changes.
and you're
it's almost
al-
like leasing.
and you're always paying for a phone. Oh yeah, like leasing.
leasing. Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, the reality is like you're gonna pay for a phone either
You're
way.
getting a
Like
new one. This
sure,
one's
you
gonna
could
break
pay
next
off your
year,
phone
so-
and you could not pay, but like your phone's gonna die eventually.
If you
Yeah.
blocked
So
updates,
you're gonna have to pay
I mean,
another $1,000
Yeah. I've
$1,000 in
because
a
they
year.
keep like bricking them though, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's
just
a lawsuit
Just
with
never get
Apple.
another freaking update, and you're good.
I've recently
Yeah, sure, if you
realized how much I
maybe.
was feeding into Apple and the scam in which they are, and I'm a diehard Apple fan. Like
Same.
Because what are you gonna do? They
Apple
got
Watch,
you.
Apple
Like, they're so
phone,
easy to use, they're
Apple
so good
headphones,
looking.
You know.
Yes.
But the thing that
You don't have
I
an Apple Watch.
realized, I do have an Apple Watch.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Show it.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Oh,
put it in
you
your
have it with
bag?
you?
Why is it not on your
It's an
wrist?
Apple. It's an Apple Pocket Watch. It's on a little chain.
pulls it
Pull it out.
You should pull it out on a little chain. That would be so funny.
Which you could. These
Seriously?
don't have to be watches.
Do they have chains for
By
this
the way,
thing?
I seriously had an Apple Watch necklace. You could pop it into a
No.
necklace, and it
What
was like a gold chain.
How did you?
Yeah.
Just look at it.
It wasn't
It's
really.
so
it wasn't
small
practical.
without the strap.
No, of course
It was
not.
for
Fun though.
fashion.
So cool.
Okay,
swag.
So
Apple
cool.
Watch, Apple Watch.
Why is it in your bag?
Because it's dead.
Because you're an Apple.
Oh, do you want me to
slut.
charge it for you? I got a charger.
You
Yeah,
here.
that'd be
love
great.
Apple products so much. You got to.
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
It's dirty.
Flops it
For
on the ground.
listeners, Annie just threw her Apple Watch on the
Nice.
ground.
What is this? A version? What version is this?
I don't know.
Look, see, we can't even. We
Like,
love
it's
Apple so
the
much.
SE?
Oh, what version is that?
The SE.
We love Apple
It looks
products.
like it looks like the
Yeah.
exact same one that I have.
Yeah, it's
SE.
SE was a sale on at Costco a couple
Is
years
it the
ago.
right size band? It doesn't feel.
No,
Okay,
it's
so what
not.
did you do? What did you do, Annie? Let's hear it.
So I realized the other day that I was feeding into the scam because I have a 11 phone, iPhone 11
iPhone
phone,
11.
right?
Okay.
11 phone. I like 11 phone.
And
Mine's
I
a
have
12 phone,
I
believe it or
have
not.
I have a 2017 computer.
Okay.
And I was like, man, this computer is starting to like freaking die. Like I
Yeah.
need a new computer. And then I went to my parents' house where my father has a freaking iPhone 6 that
Yeah.
works perfectly fine. And he has a 2012 MacBook
Yeah.
that works perfectly fine. And I was like,
So how did he do that?
I think he
Wizardry?
just takes care of shit. Like,
No,
Yeah, well,
maybe
that-
he's
goes
just
and
not
takes
doing
it
that
in
much.
and
Is he not
No,
upgrading?
he-
Okay,
he
wait
might not
a
be
minute.
upgrading it.
Yeah, that could
Homie
be
is
it.
definitely not upgrading, but he's definitely not taking it in to get
Well, I'm
serviced.
pretty sure he can't
It's
get
not
it
like an
upgraded.
old
He's like-
car.
He takes it in.
He's
I like get
gotten
the
a
Oil
tune up.
change.
He's gotten like a new battery put in, and like when something
Oh.
dies, he
No
just
way.
he'll like go and get it fixed.
What he's doing, Eddie, is he's investing more money into old tech. Is what he's doing.
That's what he's doing.
He's
Well-
paying to get the battery replaced. You know how much that costs?
No, no. This is what he does. He buys that battery
Yeah.
online somewhere,
And he
and
buys
then
it
he
himself.
Pops it in.
then he goes to Apple and he's like, "Here's the battery. Here's the thing."
Do it.
And
and
they
they
go,
go, boop, boop.
okay, old timer, here you
Huh.
go.
Did you
I
guys
didn't know they
know
did
that
that.
any iPhone, I think it's iPhone 8 and
Okay.
below, cannot get any of the new updates?
And that
What do
Because
you
it's,
mean?
Wait, did you
it's
say there's a
internal
lawsuit?
software.
No, there
is
is.
There's a lawsuit.
its internal software is so old that it cannot compute the new stuff.
Because they're intentionally doing that.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
They're like,
because it's new tech.
because if Annie's dad updates right now, his phone's useless. So he
Yeah.
has no choice but to get a new phone.
Yeah.
yeah, which he probably should.
But that's the thing. Like, why? Why am I?
There it
why
is.
Do I keep
This is
doing
perfectly
this?
good. You know what? Because your dad's from a generation where stuff like you
keep
didn't
it.
get a new car every year. Like you get a car
Yep.
and you fix your car and you keep your car nice and it could potentially last you, 500,000 miles.
I plan on the car I currently have. I love it so
that'll
much.
last for so long.
Oh, I plan on it being like one of those old crusty cars on the road.
Sure.
Like
With
my,
like,
my
hundreds
kid,
of thousands of miles on
oh,
it.
yeah, my kid could drive that after I'm dead.
Sure.
Like,
I knew,
Okay, I don't know about that.
I
I
knew
don't
you
know
were gonna
about
say
that.
that. I literally knew you
I
were
don't
gonna
know
say
about
that.
that.
After you're dead.
yeah, they're gonna. I'll take better
It's
care.
hard
I'm
to
dead.
drive a haunted car, Eddie.
This is my
No,
grandma's.
it's really easy because the ghost drives.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right.
This
that's
is
right.
my grandma's car. I love
At
that.
some point, America and their consumerism, and then it's like, okay, why would we sell parts to this thing that you bought when we could sell you a whole new thing every year?
For real,
True.
I had a hand vacuum,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not gonna explain it. It fell off my balcony. Anyway,
All
and it
right.
broke.
No, I think we
What
need
a
some
loser.
And
explanation.
it broke.
And it broke.
And I was like, shit, I don't have $80 to freaking spend on another one of these. And it didn't break to the
$80.
point of like,
Yeah, what
What
the
is it? A
heck?
freaking
Diamond
Dyson?
standard, yeah.
it's a good ass hand.
It's a
hand vacuum.
Dyson
It
hand
was.
vacuum.
It's a
It was.
pet attachment and it goes zzz. It's great.
Nice.
$80?
Listen, don't
Oh my
question it.
gosh. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. I'll let you tell the story.
Sir,
Go ahead,
don't
tell the
even
story.
get
Go ahead.
I'll let you tell the story. I'm gonna let you tell the story.
Don't even get started on that.
Damn.
Seems
I'll
like
end
John's
you.
got a
I'll end you with the hand
story
vacuum.
about-
I bought a hand vacuum recently. It wasn't $80.
you break it?
Oh,
Was it
really?
50?
Really? How much was it?
I think it was like $45,
No,
half
it
the
was
price of
97.
yours.
It was $97.
Mine was $97.
You don't know how
No.
expensive your hand vac was?
I didn't buy it.
Because it was so much money, he tried to block it out. Yeah, ridiculous.
That's fair. That's fair.
Ridiculous.
I'm kind of concerned how you know that. Anyways, go ahead.
Anyway,
$80 hand vacuum. Go
How'd you
ahead.
fix it?
$97.
How'd you fix it?
super glue. I realized that it was just like two little pieces that were missing that were holding it together. And I
Okay.
literally
It's always
just
two
like
little screws.
super glued the stuff so it would lock again, and it works perfectly fine. And I was like, why do I automatically go to like I have to buy a new one?
Because we
Like,
are
why can't we just-
trained.
'Cause
We're
it's
literally
broken.
they're training us like little animals. So your thing doesn't work. Oh, you're not capable of fixing it.
it's
Freaking
not
go
that.
buy a new one.
It's because
You
we
little
always want to
sheep,
try and have nice
little
things.
freaking animal sheep.
I like that too. I
Yeah,
like that
because
answer. That makes me feel
American
better about myself.
consumerism.
We
That
just
is
want to
why.
have nice things that aren't broken.
And what fix that thing?
Maybe it's like middle class trauma because like I grew up.
A little bit.
Yeah,
It's like, I
because, like-
have this nice thing.
Yeah, like I always wanted growing up. I always wanted those like. It sounds so weird, but like we had this old crusty vacuum.
Okay.
From
Nice.
literally the whole time
Did
I
it
was
smell
growing
like
up.
burnt?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and it was
we
like
had the same one.
The
Dirty.
like dirty
Yes.
dust bag that you had to take out and all this stuff. And my dad was constantly fixing the vacuum, and I remember being so embarrassed by it. Which is like a weird thing to be embarrassed by, and to the point of when I was a freshman in high school, I traded in all my Christmas presents from my other relatives. I said, I don't want Christmas presents, just give me money because I want to
For
buy
the
my
vacuum.
parents a vacuum. And I bought them a Dyson. It was like a
Dang.
couple years after Dyson
the
got
Apple
really
of
big.
vacuums.
Oh, my parents both cried when they opened it because there was such a like insane present and like so expensive.
That was we had the same vacuum for years and years and years, and it once we had got a dog it smelled literally like
a
burning
dog?
hair.
Oh, yeah.
like
Ew.
all the time. And then I remember when my parents finally upgraded to a new vacuum after maybe like 10 years.
Yeah.
Have you ever
it's
seen like a
insane.
vacuum repair store, like
Yeah.
in an old like sleepy little part of El Cajon or
Yes.
something?
Yeah.
It's because that was the thing. Like you just
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
your vacuum in to get
Because
repaired.
it used to be a really expensive appliance that you would
Yeah.
buy. Well, that's like
And
we
they were
in
all built the same.
There's still
Yeah.
auto body shops, like
well, yeah.
for now until we start
freaking take in
just-
your thing. Yeah, and then suddenly
No,
it's
there's
like
always
abandon
going to
it.
be
no,
an auto
and then
body
Tesla
shop.
makes a car that's so much like an iPhone that you can't remove the battery without it bursting into flames. Is that soon we're all going to the smart bar of
No.
cars and we're going, hey, can you
refuse.
fix this? And they go, no, buy a new one. And we go, okay,
I'm like an old
it's coming, dude. I'm
an
just
old
saying.
coal miner in that way. I would like to keep gasolene in my cars, and I'm gonna stand by that.
Okay, I'm all about
All right.
I'm all about electric
Yeah,
cars,
right.
but
Get out.
Kill him.
Kill him.
I'll be pouring gas into my electric car just to prove a
Whoa.
point.
Dude,
It
you're
was
like
good
the,
on fire,
the boomer
spark.
generation embodied.
so much for your kids
We need
driving
gas
your
in
car.
our cars.
Well, they'll be
It'll
driving
be
it.
covered in gasoline.
The day we stop
Yeah.
using gas is the day America dies.
You're gonna have to pry it from my
Oh my gosh.
dead
I'm gonna be driving my 1970
Well,
truck
I'm gonna be
till
driving
the
my-
day I die.
Toyota RAV4 down to the station. You'll have to come and take
Good luck with your golf carts out there.
I'll have the last gas station in America. It'll be my
Okay.
backyard. One
Have you
view.
guys-
I've got all the rest of the gas
Pumping
now,
gas.
man.
I'm pumping gas.
You have to take it from my cold dead hands.
My kids are gonna be driving my
Annie, we just
RAV4.
want to talk.
Listen.
You'll have to come and take it from me.
Hey, we're just trying to hang out
This
here.
whole saga will be set on the cliffs of La Jolla. Okay?
Wait, what?
Not in Alpine.
Okay,
And I
okay.
want
Not
that
if you own a
stated
gas
now.
station. You'll be an
Okay,
Alpine.
have you
La
guys
Jolla's already outlined
have you guys
gas.
heard the TikTok sound that's like you're American and it's like America. And it's like the eagle. Like no, it's
I love what you explained.
whatever
Clayton.
the eagle is.
Clayton.
Yeah.
It's an eagle because it's like when somebody asks like something like are you like do you want something with this and it's like super American, it's like Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I want a discount on this, so I'm saying I'm like pro-Trump.
Yeah, sure.
And then it's the sound, and it's like, yeah.
Dun, dun.
I like the one where it's like, land of the free motherfucker.
right. They're like,
Yes,
are you?
I hate it
no,
here.
No, and then the
Yes.
it's like red, bottom, blue, motherfucker.
Yes. I always see the ones where people come back from Europe and like nowhere has air conditioning, and like everywhere here in the States has indoor
AC,
air conditioning. Yeah.
Love AC.
We love it.
So I love that Annie just said she'll be driving gas cars to the day she dies.
I know,
because
so out of pocket.
Who the heck thinks of that?
Really?
What do you not like about
ahead.
electric cars?
Go
Tell
ahead.
me.
First of all, I think they look ugly.
Okay. Fair. You're
Sure.
right. You're right.
And I'm right.
Teslas are ugly.
Teslas
Sure.
are ugly.
How long until they make like
Also
hybrid,
it pisses
like
me
cool
off.
cars?
Wait, why does it piss you off? An electric car can charge in like 30 minutes now.
And it costs like $2 or something.
Yeah, I have a friend who has a Tesla.
Yeah.
No joke. She spends $12 on electric on a
great.
full
That's great.
like 400-mile battery electricity. $12.
Nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that?
It doesn't have the pickup like my RAV4 does.
You're gonna have to. Annie, on the way here,
I can't feel the hum of my engine when I get it.
she filled up 5 50-gallon tanks before she got here. She's going all in on gas.
I'm gonna go to the gas station. I'm gonna pay $60
I don't get that joke.
just to keep the blood running through America.
It came up
You're
because
gonna have to take
I'm
it
not
from
even
my
listening
cold
anymore.
dead hands.
So good.
Annie,
stupid.
Annie, what's
I like
wrong
to
with
feel.
you?
Hey,
I like to feel the vibration of my engine every time.
I like to hear the hum of the engine between my legs. You'll have to take it from my cold dead hands. Let me tell you something, all you liberals, all you snowflakes driving your Teslas, you're gonna have to kill me. Well, best we saddle up there in my RAV4.
What are you like? What?
blown out.
Hey, Kira, what were you saying?
This episode
It
is so
doesn't even
unusable.
matter. It doesn't even matter.
So unusable.
You got John.
On the way on down route.
The best was I like to feel the hum of my engine between my legs.
Well, best be filling up my engine now.
I'm crying.
So good. Incredible.
Gosh.
Guys, we are so funny. This show is so good.
I think this is the hardest I've ever rocked on the show. Because that is the most random comment she's ever made, and we just went off.
Oh man, Annie, so you're all in on the whole like
how long are
petroleum
we
thing,
into this?
the fossil fuels thing. You're really into.
How far into this episode?
Oh, she's trying to wrap it up.
55. We're at 55
Yeah,
minutes. We're
okay.
get a little time longer.
That's good. Well, I have a surprise.
show us.
remember.
Okay,
do your thing.
Show us gas.
Now that we've absolutely not gas guzzler.
Okay.
I will say, on the topic of that, I think I'm a little like butthurt
Okay.
because I wanted to get the RAV4 hybrid.
Okay.
No, you didn't.
But then they use. I will never buy a car with a CVT engine in it again.
No, you won't.
No, oh,
Hell
no.
no.
And you know why?
The day I die,
I'm putting unleaded in my engine.
bury me with a
And
gas
you're gonna
can.
have to kill me if you want any of my gas.
Bury me with 50 gallons of gas.
Just put me in my tank.
I want to die in my tank.
This is funny now until the robots rise up and all your fucking electric cars shut off on purpose.
Really? Oh, you guys think you can just
True.
drive around
So the
these
government
battery
can start
powered,
yeah.
pieces of shit?
When I'm driving around in my diesel
And
engine.
y'all gonna be coming on knocking on my door.
And you know what? You liberals, I'm not guaranteeing you any of my gas.
I wake up to a shot of gasoline every morning.
Well, it's best we saddle up the old gas guzzler.
I don't care how bad it sounds. Funniest shit we've ever.
It's so good. It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what's funny is I know that about you, Annie. I know you're just like a good old like
Classic
gas
American.
guzzling American,
Yeah.
land of the free.
Oh jeez. Hold on. I gotta change this
of
over.
the brave. Dude, I gotta change my pants, man. That's so
Yeah.
funny.
So funny. So today earlier we were talking about unions, right?
All right.
So let's negotiate a little bit, okay?
Okay, is this the
Now,
podcast
Karen and
Amy and I
I-
wanted?
Kara and I
Okay.
talked about this earlier today.
Did
We
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
Karen?
you did. You did.
I talked to our people. I had them put together a little presentation for
Okay.
you both.
Wow.
Okay.
Are we rolling, Karen?
Are we ready?
She
Are we
can
ready?
see it, right?
Hold on. Let me
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and make sure we can all
do
see what we're
that.
talking
Picture in
about.
picture.
Why would the podcast shouldn't eat at Sonic? Oh.
Stop.
PowerPoint for the
You did
people.
not.
Why
Listen.
what the podcast shouldn't eat at Sonic. A PowerPoint for the people. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Is this going to ruin Sonic?
Yeah.
No, it's not going to ruin it.
Millions of people die each
That's
year
sheer.
from eating at Sonic.
At Sonic.
Okay. And these are cold hard facts that I had.
No.
Yes.
People hate Sonic. 2.5 star rated.
Oh.
This is our local Sonics.
Oh.
Also.
She's cute.
All right.
She's
All right, well,
unhappy and not in part of the union, so.
yeah, they're not unionized over there for sure.
Those Sonic guys, pedophiles.
Oh.
But the podcast lawyers want to state that there's no sexual evidence.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I mean,
I had
that's
an
just.
intern make this, so I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, yeah,
I
that's-
just
Yeah.
can't confirm that, to be honest.
that's-
I
that's
don't have
out.
enough
We
information
have
on
to throw that out for sure.
Okay.
But
Let the record show that we've thrown that out. Strike that from the record. Now,
Now-
Dave's Hot Chicken. Okay,
Beloved.
Drake eats there. A random other girl in a beanie eats there. It's got 4 stars.
Beloved loves children in a normal way.
Doesn't kill people.
Kara agreed that it sounds good.
Okay, she did.
That is true.
She did
I can
do that.
I can
Proven
back that
to
point.
cure cancer. What the podcast
Oh,
lawyers want to state that
okay.
there is no factual evidence to back this claim.
Okay.
I don't know
Okay.
how that
I don't know what's
So,
crazier. That
let the record
line or the
show.
fact that we have lawyers. That's even
I know.
I
Who
had,
are-
I had
who are
one,
the
of,
what the
the, I had
podcast
one of the
lawyers?
interns make this, so I don't
Okay,
know.
thank you.
I don't
Wow.
know why they put
Wow.
that in there.
one of the interns. Love.
You would think this show would be a little more put together if we had interns, but okay, go
this
ahead. Go
episode
ahead.
definitely.
But
states-
look at that is our local Dave's Hot Chicken rating.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I do want to bring up the thing we were talking about last week that Drake was in fact hitting on Millie Bobby Brown when she was a kid. But
That's true.
Once
Okay.
again,
Oh,
Cancel him.
I
bad
didn't
So-
make
choice.
this.
Whoever
I
made
didn't make
this-
Bad choice.
I just want the record to show that.
We're
The intern
not-
also told me we did try to find a picture of kids at Dave's Hot Chicken. and I guess they
Turns
don't,
out they
that
don't
doesn't
go there.
exist.
They don't
yeah,
go there.
it doesn't exist.
Which is so
they,
weird.
so children.
So I don't know how that
Go
got
ahead.
in there.
Is that your last? That's your last line. End of slideshow.
yeah,
Okay.
Kind
I-
of sideshow, and that's
I don't
it.
know where the
Does this
rest
end
went.
with a vote or does this end with?
Well, no, this was more like a you agree or we strike.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who is we? Just so I'm clear.
Us, the interns, the lawyers.
That's right. The kids.
Kara,
I don't know.
you're,
And the
you're
Pope.
in on this union.
The
kids.
Pope.
You're
The
striking.
kids. It's for the kids, Ryan.
Okay,
What the hell, man?
I want to see you strike. So no.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
and,
gonna hold out.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Ryan and I
Yeah,
will just
we are.
drive our other
Go
car,
ahead.
our hybrid car.
When does
I
the
might
strike
add.
start? No.
Even
You don't
worse.
sabotage the show by striking.
Oh yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah, that's
no,
not how
no.
You
strike
haven't.
works.
You haven't
Definitely
seen
not.
my strike.
Well, you're gonna have to take my stool from my cold dead hand.
Why is it the head shape?
Nothing like.
Why is
Because
it the head
it's
shape?
like foghorn leghorn or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Kinda
You don't
like-
have a little
that
ding-a-ling
reminds
right
me-
here.
But why does that remind me of Colonel Sanders?
Yes,
Well,
definitely.
come on down
It's
and
like
get
the
some
dad,
chicken.
the dad from The Princess and the Frog is like the same kind of thing. It's like a John Goodman
yeah.
voice, like
Well,
Love.
bust my
Not a
buttons.
John Goodman voice.
You gotta know that I'm
That
in
is
business.
not the Pacha that I know.
When I get down to the
But
gas
I-
station and I get my petrol,
I want you to know
hell
that
to
you
pay.
can
I'm losing
never.
my
I want
voice from this.
add
It's so funny.
Gas guzzling gal onto my gravestone.
No. Gas guzzling gal.
I've added it to my Bumble right away.
Oh my
thank
gosh!
you.
I don't know. You might attract
Thank
the
you.
wrong type of
No,
person.
or the very
Right.
right. Or the very right type of
the
person.
very right.
with some
Politically, of course.
old-fashioned
Well,
sensibilities.
I don't want that.
Well, that's pretty funny, you guys. Good joke.
Well, good job, guys.
Time to.
Tails.
So when does the money start rolling in from that? Like, we're the funniest podcast of all time
We're-
now.
I don't know. I
we're
feel like we
definitely
are.
getting sued by Sonic after that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you called those guys pedophiles. That was
I
was
did
pretty
it.
bad.
An
That was
intern
crazy.
did
right.
it.
The interns made it. Yeah.
is-
Okay.
And I guess the
Do we have
lawyers
an
saw
intern I
it
don't
too.
know
The
about?
lawyers signed off on it and said we can't put this in the thing, but the interns did it.
The interns did it.
The interns said, "Well,
They did.
Annie
Lawyer
wants
said
it."
you
That's
can't
what-
say that
that's-
without adding the like
The
the line
disclaimer.
that
You gotta
says
have the disclaimer.
we don't
Maybe.
have any evidence.
There's no factual claim.
Okay,
My gosh.
let's.
I will say, okay, I have to say this because
Go
if you
ahead.
Google,
Go
ahead.
you Google deaths at Dave's Hot Chicken, nothing. It's not the same when you Google that with Sonic.
I'm
because of the
Googling it
roller
right now.
skating.
There have been no
The
deaths
roller
at
skating.
Sonic.
I'm
You're
sure an employee
crazy.
has
Hey, you know
freaking
how many
fallen
people-
and cracked their
Just
head.
wait.
You know how many people have died at Disneyland, by the way? I looked it up the other day.
None, technically. Did you
No.
know that?
Oh yeah, they
No,
they
not
ambulance
officially.
them
They ambulance out
as
and they
quick
call
as
them
possible.
official.
No,
They say their official
haven't
time of death
declared.
is outside.
Yes, they haven't
Yep.
declared anyone dead at Disneyland.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe right outside.
88 people have died at Disneyland.
This year, two alone.
Technically,
at Sonic.
they haven't.
All time.
Technically, they haven't.
Two?
Recently, two. Well, it's not from the food.
Yikes. Oh,
Yes.
because in their car.
It was from a shooting.
14 of them were murders.
Man
Oh
pleads
my-
guilty to shooting, killing 2 Sonic driving employees.
And I didn't. And I didn't put that into the. I didn't have the intern put that into the
Wow.
thing because that is rude.
So
and
you went with
insensitive.
that the 2
Let's-
spokesmen are pedophiles and didn't go
Once
with like
again-
the actual real
once
thing?
Again, I didn't make this.
Okay.
Jeez,
Troy
guys.
Smith.
All right.
Troy
Let's-
Smith, founder of Sonic, dies at 87.
At Sonic from Sonic, probably. Yeah.
No.
At Sonic
poisoning.
from Sonic.
Well, this sounds
Surrounded by his family.
Let's have a moment of silence for the 2 workers at Sonic that passed away
That's
tragically.
so rough, Annie. What the hell?
Oh, really? That was rough. You're the one who interrupted the moment of silence, Ryan.
Whoa.
Okay. For the record, Troy Smith died in 2009. So it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, but okay, we're not getting into
Listen,
this.
Most tragic
Listen,
death
we can
was
talk
This show
about
is
this on the
fairly
waves today
actively
with hot
over.
chicken.
Okay, what? Fine, whatever.
Yes.
Whatever.
Strike over.
Gotcha. You really thought I was just gonna
You
turn
really
that easily?
thought-
It's
Wow.
God, I'm
corn.
gonna pour gas on you.
It's corn.
Guys, I just wanted to go to get a corn dog, okay?
Crap.
John sent me a TikTok of a corn dog. It looked really good.
It's not even corn. It's just a dog with bread. It's not corn.
I'll buy you a piece of corn, Ryan.
She won't. It's got to be doused in oil and gasoline, though.
You're gonna have to douse it in unleaded petrol and rip it out
What
of my
a
cold
weird
dead
statement.
hands.
This is so strange.
I love it. I love it.
I love it,
That's a
dude.
typical Annie dub right there. Typical.
Jeez.
Well,
On the couch as always, Cara Tafolla, Annie the Skove, gas guzzling Skovmand.
Gosh.
I'm Ryan,
I'm John.
and we'll see you next week on What the Podcast.